Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
And this is the Workday Recruiting Overflow. Definitely if you are going to switch, or you will be looking out for any job, or if you have to give any presentation, also maybe in future. This is the perfect slide in order to show the overall background to the client. If you are working in an implementation project, you can first tell them. This is how it works in Workday. All these activities would be included in Workday. And it starts with the creation of job requisition. It goes parallelly, like maybe each CMON can do it or recruitment consultant can do it. Nowadays, recruitment consultants majorly handle it. Those job requisitions should be posted on external career site or internal career sites. We'll see how we can create those career sites. Then, once the candidate sees those job openings and he clicks on the apply button, by default, he will enter into the job application process. We have BPs too, 3 main BPs which we'll discuss. And by default, he'll be entering into the review stage. This cannot be skipped. It is mandatory and by default. And it is the initiation stage. And after review, we have several stages like screen interview, assessment. These could be like, they may not need to be in sequence like how it is shown here. We can move it backward or forward. We have a job application business process, which is a dynamic business process. And by dynamic, we mean this, that maybe we want screening as the third stage or assessment as the first stage after review. We can do that kind of customization in job application process. Till now, the candidate would be called the active candidate. Once he reaches the offer stage, then he would be termed as pre-hire, and pre-hire data gets stored in Workday. And it would be used for future references. Let's suppose if the candidate has been declined, still his pre-hire data would be there, and the recruiters can keep a track of it. Maybe if they are lacking in certain set of suitable candidates, they can approach them again. Like these get stored in Workday pools automatically. Then followed by offer, we have employment agreement. Employment agreement is a stage which has been added recently in the last few years. Earlier, it was a step in the hire business process. It was a step. It is right now also a step. It's an action process. And it's a sub-process definitely. But now, this is a separate step which could be added in recruitment stage as well. There's a difference between offer and employment agreement stage. Can you think of it, what it would be? Offer is like when they verbally give the employee and the candidate offer, then they negotiate. Employment agreement is when they sign something officially documented like both parties sign. Also, offer definitely includes a lot of steps related to compensation and generation of documents. And the candidate reviews it and they can also accept it over there. Then if, let's suppose, there is negotiation required, the candidate can send back it to the recruiter that I don't like this. You have to regenerate it. The recruiter regenerates it and sends it to the candidate again. And the offer is accepted in this stage. And in employment agreement, we have a lot of companies' rules and policies, regulations, contract details. All of those things are signed during employment agreement. It has less amount of compensation. Related steps. Offer has it more. Offer has the numerical declaration of their compensation. But employment agreement has rules and responsibilities and policies, terms and conditions, all those kind of e-signing steps. Then we have reference check or background check. Some clients, they may not want these stages by these names. Like they want 2 screening stages or 2 interview stages like this. They may not want reference check. Or they may want background check before offer. That kind of customization job application process provides. Then the last stage is of ready for hire. It is the completion step. And once the candidate has entered into this, he will then be handed over to the HCM team who will trigger the hire business process. And in hire business process, we will have the onboarding setup task. Those onboarding setup tasks will include like new hire orientation or submission of certain I-9 forms or Form 16, something like that. But fewest clients know in the offer stage itself we have the submission of Form I-9. It happens. Only then the offer gets generated. This is what I've seen for US. But this is a general overview. And the start of recruiting happens with creation of job openings and ends happen with the selection of candidate to the hire stage. And then it is given to the HCM team. Then we have jobs and positions. Jobs are the roles and responsibilities and positions are the title. For example, manager is the title and what would be his roles and responsibilities. It would be defined in jobs. And jobs are the job profile. Are you aware about job profile? Job profile is a description. Like, we create job profile for each position and we can hire many employees based on the staffing model. For the position model, we have one position each time. And for job model, we can hire many employees for the same if you have a job profile available. Job profiles are created by the compensation team majorly. And job profile includes 3 definitely required attributes like the management level, the location and the compensation details, along with the roles and responsibilities in the description box. We have a lot of Workday standard reports and you can look out for the task. All standard reports or Workday standard reports to see the list of details. Whenever you are working in a project, especially in your AMS projects, the client might ask a lot of data. You can search out for standard reports first. And using those, you can create your customized report. This is how a job profile looks like. That has description, category, family, all these things. We attach job profiles to positions. We can also attach job profiles to job requisitions like that. Job profile is the base. It has to be created first. There's a sequence of configuration in Workday. You can easily find it out in Community Workday Community for each module. What should be the sequence? An HCM team generally starts with the configuration because it has a lot of dependencies from other modules, advanced level modules. Then set up recruiting prospect to hire, search for prefixes. We have the task edit tenant setup, which is very important. In order to do tenant-wide setup, we have a tenant setup HCM and edit tenant setup recruitment. If we want to mention what would be the job rec, ID candidate, ID employee, ID job profile, ID job requisition, ID, we can mention here our customized format. Otherwise, Workday can generate it. And most of the client wants Workday generated IDs only. And we can define the service length type. It is understaffing. No need of going into it. We'll see the job rec once. Enable organization defaults on create job requisition. What it means? It means when we are looking into the create job requisition task, some of the data will get pre-populated from the job profile from the candidates, job application details, or from the position or from the supervisory organization. We want the defaulting to occur. We have to enable it. Then enable job requisition for position management. We have two staffing model, job and position. If we want position management to do hiring through job requisition, what happens in position management? We can have positions already. Definitely it is required. Using those positions, the hiring could also be done, as you have seen in your HCM training. But no, we want hiring through job requisitions. And that forms the part of recruitment module. We have to enable like required job requisitions for all position, management staff and events. Or enable job requisitions for all position management based on rules or none of the above. We would definitely require through job requisition hiring to occur. Then defaulting behavior for position management, job rec. Default from most recent field position on create job rec. Default from position restriction on. Do you know what is position restriction? For the job management model, we use these position restrictions. We position manage, position restriction for job management. Set hiring restriction. Hiring restriction. And for position management, we have position restrictions. Position. Or do we have hiring restrictions on position management as well? I don't think. No, you're right. We have position restrictions only. Defaulting behavior for position management, job requisition is this. Then default job description and job description summary from job profile, definitely. Enable job requisitions for job management. We would want for job management staffing model as well to use job requisitions for hiring purpose. Otherwise, you might have seen using job profile and the virtual jobs which we create, virtual positions which we create. Using that also hiring could be done. But in actual scenario, for clients using job requisitioning, it is more suitable. Hiring using positions or virtual positions occur for executive level hiring, where those jobs should not be posted anywhere. They should not be visible. We can use in that scenario or for any lateral hiring if let's suppose we don't have any job opening property created. Recruiter can create a position and hire at that position as well. And we also have another type of job rec called confidential job rec, which we'll discuss, which is used for hiring the higher level management people. Then enable job requisition for job management. Then enable primary and secondary questionnaire, removal or replacement on evergreen, and job requisition. We have questionnaire which are simply set of questions. They may or may not have scores attached to them. And we can have, if you want to enable this setup of involving primary and secondary questionnaire on the job requisitions, then we can enable it over here. And you might have seen. Have you seen any company's portal was included? Workday. Have you seen how it looks like? And like, what's the question? I don't understand the question. It's a company having Workday. Any company's website you have gone through who has implemented Workday for recruitment module. Have you gone through it? Like how it looks like? Just apply externally and then you have to set up the account, first time email and everything. And then every time you go in, that if you have to change, upload resume and update information, you can do that from external link. From external link? No, but just see how it looks like roughly for this company. They have a main website and that for career page. They have this career site over here. Like they had the main website. And in that they embedded a career site. And this is how it looks like. For each and every client, the UI would be almost similar because we have a common task. We have logo. Then over here we can switch to different languages. Then definitely Workday ask us to create a Workday home account. We'll see how we can enable that feature. Then introduce yourself. This is the option where we are asking prospects to give their profile to us. And if in near future, if there's any opening, we will contact you. Introduce yourself. If I click, it will just ask for basic details. A country first name, last name and a resume. That's it. Along with some privacy policy link. We'll see how it is coming. Let me go back. This is how it is looking to the external candidate. Definitely we have a lot of back-end processing as well. We have different facets over here. We'll see how we can enable it. Then these are the job openings. This is called the sidebar. It has logo about us. And if I click on Get Started button, again, it will take me to introduce yourself. I want to search jobs. I don't want to introduce myself. And if I click on any job requisition, it will give me a brief, first of all, about it. This is the job posting template. This kind of configuration is coming from job posting template. And we'll see where in career site we have to attach this job posting template. If I click on apply, it gives me 3 options. We'll see how these 3 are coming. If I want to apply manually, it is first asking me to create candidate account. It has a logo over here always, which navigates us to the home page. We'll see like how it goes. When you click on apply and you create your candidate home account, after that, there are certain set of job application questions which are asked. Some of them comes from the career site and some of them can also come from the primary and secondary questionnaire from the job rec. In order to enable that feature, we have to click on this checkbox. Then router, create job requisitions event. Do we want certain people to definitely see? We can do that. Have this drop down values, which we select over here. You know the P. It has advanced routing feature. We don't want a step to go to the assigned security group. We wanted to route it to somebody else. That's somebody else. Drop down values will come from here. Then we have benefits. Time of learning. Nothing is needed. I'll now open edit and set up recruitment. This was HCMN, right? What's the difference between recruiting and talent acquisition? It's the same thing. Like people use this term interchangeable. Talent acquisition. Talent acquisition involves the processes. Hiring and job application processes. And job requisitions. Talent and performance is different. Talent acquisition. Talent acquisition. They use this term for recruiting. Talent acquisition. It basically involves the same set of security groups, the same kind of these processes, which I've shown you. It is used here and there. It also sometimes involves higher BP as well. But recruitment, we generally end with the ready for hire. Talent and performance. Performance involves generating the performance ratings, setting up the goals, feedback, talent attributes, doing the performance reviews, all those things. Because I see that the talent acquisition team is mostly involved in recruiting. I was thinking, this is the same thing. It does the same thing only. Thank you. We have editor and set up recruiting. This is only and only majorly for recruitment consultants. In a recruiting area, we would like to enable all the geographical areas across the world to be present in the system. What happens? I think I've told you this also. We have implementation. This is for the implementation process. I'm saying it starts with integration team. Loading those implementation. Rest Workday tenant into the foundation tenant of the client. Some of the factory default data which Workday provides, like the languages or the countries or these tasks and report and business process default definition. All of them comes automatically. We just need to enable it in our tenant. But there are certain data which is by default present, which is coming from Workday team itself, like all the Workday standard reports. My nature is there. Then hide referral ranking on my referral activity. This is a new field which has been included. If I want to hide the referral ranking on my referral activity, like I might have referred a lot of people in the organization, we have one column of referral ranking. If I want to hide that column, it would be a good practice. What the client wants. Like we don't want to do comparisons of those referrals. We just want to see a summary of all these people have been referred. That's it. What does the ranking mean? Like who has the priority of referring to the candidate? Whatever referrals you have submitted based on their review status, which one would be at the top? Which one would be at the bottom? We want the chronological way. Which we have put first should come last. Which we have put latest, it should be at the top. We want that simple way of my referral activity tab. We don't want based on the ranking. This person has been hired. Like maybe you might have referred somebody, but he was hired first. So his ranking would be at the top. We don't want. We want like how we have referred in that sequence when it should come. Then enable recruiting, referral levels. We want level-based referencing to be there. On the referral, we want to see which management level person has referred this person. Then referral ownership level. What happens? On candidate level, if you are selecting candidate level, it means that has referred him first will be getting the ownership. Let's suppose we have one. We have one candidate and he is referred by for Java profile. He has been referred by for Python profile. He has been referred by for C++. Has put the referral first. Then, and let's suppose he has been hired for C profile, which was referred by C++. But still, if you are selecting this candidate level to the person would be given the ownership, the person who has referred him first, application level, whichever has been selected, the corresponding who has referred him will be given the ownership. That is all I have seen most of the time. Candidate level, refer. But you have to explain it to the client what it means, and they will tell you what we want to select. The candidate level, like the who. Refer the candidate first. First come, first serve basis. Then duplicate referral policy. If there is already on his name, then we would show an error with this kind of message. This is tube, but deliver. We can do any addition since it's a policy. The Workday decides it. You should allow that duplicate referral only. Then enable exact match for duplicate. If we are selecting this, check work automatically from backend. Currently, I think it is the first name, last name, along with any one of the attributes, email, phone number, or address, or something else. What will calculate from backend and he will tell there's a duplicate referral. Then what would be the duplicate referral message? We mention it over here. This would be the policy which would be reflecting, and this is the message which would be coming. Then enable automatic candidate merging. What happens? Let's suppose same person is being referred for multiple job applications. His basic details would be same, but still he will have lot of records in the database of Workday. We don't want that. We want merging of those basic details. Workday automatically merge the candidates. If we just click on this, that's it. Otherwise, we also have option many. Merging the candidates. We'll see that later on. Then recruiter overload count. This will define the number of candidates recruiter has to work on monthly. Then enable interview scheduling, calendar integration. If you want the communication to occur through Outlook. Then we have to select this. Then Google Calendar would be your Yahoo, Gmail, and Hotmail. All these profiles and none of the above means you simply want on the candidate home account, Workday home account, the meeting invite to be given. This requires integration, out integration, and it is sponsored by the client. Client has to give us the credentials. There's additional cost attached to it. It depends upon the client's need. And if we click on it, then the integration people will also be working with us. And we would be collaborating for the integration. This is for, and you schedule the interview over. This is simply for interview scheduling. See, in the job application process, meeting invite is, we have details About the interviewer, how do we? The candidate, how do we contact? There's an integration between Workday and the third party who involves the candidate. How the how it works. I'm sorry. We have in a project we from each module or functional stream. And then we have consultants firm, integration team, data conversion team, reporting team. They all form one project team. And the integration team is up at the web services which Workday provides. For the integration, they know the setup, they have the template with them, they know how, which is would be asked. Goodies need to be gathered from the client, which legacy we should have. They are responsible for that. Functional perspective, we have to definitely enable it over here. If you need like details, step by step on community, you have the community access. Just search for one-stop shop page for recruitment. It will include all the details, all the updates, everything over there. One-stop shop, one-stop shop page for recruitment or recruiting. I don't remember. Just note it down. It will have all the work they delivered, data gathering, workbooks, templates. We have discovery, design sessions, and projects. Unit testing, we provide the test scenarios to the client. Over there, you can see work they delivered, test scenarios. That is like Yobal for recruitment. Make it as a favorite. Thank you. Then location. Types for interview, scheduling. We can define all these. Location type. Then web conference. Integration system. I have not done it till now. But I think C integration system is required. If I click here, it will ask me. We have to work with the integration. Then candidate, home account, intro message. If I click here, I click on apply. Sign up. Using create account. And whatever would be the first message which would be coming up. Thank you for joining the career site through Word or something like that. It will be coming from here. If I click on, if I submit the create account task, what message would pop up? It is coming from here. Then candidate consent. I accept the terms and policy and everything. That message will come from here. Come here. When we are creating the career sites, the candidate home account, make it mandatory. And we have to see over here that the messages are properly configured. This is for external career site. For internal career site, just have it by searching for the report. That's it. Or use that standard report to create a custom report. That's it. Enable candidate verification email if you want to set up this. There should be some verification for there. You can select this. Then enable candidate school. Look up for external career site. This is something new. If we are enabling this, it means that person is just typing 2 words. The name of the should come up. We'll have its own library. Machine learning. You will quickly suggest this is the school. Maybe you are searching for us is not present. I think we have to look up at the back end or talk to Workday team or integration team or somewhere that our school name is not coming up. If you are enabling this, what is this? Candidate school. It's like a collection of different candidate in different. When he is filling his past details, college name, that they are talking about. Got it. Enable candidate and notification. We have to configure notifications on various business processes. If we want the dynamic field, a candidate, it should come in the drop down. Then we have to enable it over here. Then reapply to job requisition. If you want to again reapply, then these are the conditions or policies by Workday. Like reapply to evergreen requisition from candidate home, an internal career site for non-worker. We have 3 types of career sites: external career site, internal career sites, and career sites for non-workers. Non-workers are like the students who are looking for internship or the contractual workers. People like this. Then enable alternate external career site. Workday will automatically create the URL for our career site. Copy personal. If there is a contingent worker working in a company, they will not be able to search a job. With this find job report from the internal career site, they can access it. But then we have to create something else. If they want to apply we have a separate task for non-worker career site creation as well. The find job report, the detail to the existing organization members that these are the internal openings, and then maybe they can put it is not visible to the external candidates. It may be shared with the external candidate, but it is not. Only the external openings are visible. Not the internal worker, but not the employee. Like contingent worker, for those. I will show you the task. Like there is a contingent worker. He wanted to apply some for full. Because I thought this career site for non-worker could be for contingent worker and students. You can check out the website. See, they have a career site for non-workers where students and contingent worker can apply, and it navigates toward it. Create internal career set for non-workers. The job posting template. How it will be posted. Hierarchy. Recruiting source. Withdraw confirmation. Personal information. Terms and conditions. But this would be included in the website somewhere. And also we'll see how the posting will look like. Once we are starting with posting our job requisitions, we'll post on 3 different types of portals. And we'll see how it looks like. This is Workday task. This is available in the Workday for the non-workers. This is for the creation of career site. Even the external career site task is also available. We also have. But Workday will generate a URL. And if you click on that URL, we will get some similar kind of interface, like how we are seeing it for here. We'll see that as well. Going back, then copy personal information from job application. On initiate, copy personal information. When copying job application, collect preferred name. Then privacy policy link given to us by client, and it would be included at the bottom of the page. Like if we say privacy policy link, it will navigate us to some other page, and it will be by this name. Progressive policy. And it's official. What is this? Configure link integration. If you want to hire employees from the LinkedIn profile, then we need integration. If we want to do integration with LinkedIn, like if a person is clicking on job, opening on LinkedIn, and if we want that he should be redirected to the Workday page of that company, such kind of integration. If we want the existing employees of the company to have their learning items, learning courses integrated on LinkedIn, that is also possible using this. It again. Oh, sponsorship. First is from the integration team itself. Because our LinkedIn page have some issues and there's no integration going on. It's showing the error. It's not working anymore. We cannot access any employee who wants to apply for LinkedIn profiles. Is it happening for your company? It's happening. Yesterday, somebody told me that we are having this issue and they contacted. Because that integration is involved, they don't know how to figure it out. Maybe some issue. Times to fill report. This report is included in the dashboard of recruiters. There's a concept of dashboards. Have you heard about dashboards? There's a recruiting dashboard on the left side of the main screen. This report gets filled in on that automatically. I think it's a Workday deliver dashboard. It just tells the productivity of the recruiters. It tells, let's suppose, 30 days. A recruiter has worked on how many candidates from 30 to 60 days. He has worked on how many candidates helpful for the comparison purpose. And the start date, start time, and end time depends upon how we are selecting it. Over the drop-down values are defined by Workday. We can have a combination each over one over here. We can discuss with the client and do it. Basically, it is not for client. It could be for client. Definitely, they want to check the productivity of their recruiter. It is totally the choice of the person. If you want, if you want to configure something on the dashboard, we have to come here, time to fill, and we can configure this thing. Configure. They will populate on main dashboard. The detail will populate according. Let me see if I have the root main dashboard. The create requisition int. Can you these type of I didn't go. These are like the side panel. These 4 options, and they are only visible to the recruiters. Talent acquisition team. When I click over here, these are the dashboards. I can see recruiting dashboard. Dashboard. Do they help us to all the related and actions? What are the over here? It is configured. Like what are the recent job? We have these. We can also include dashboard. Within dashboard, open job. Requisition for manager. As a recruiter, if I want to see my open job requisitions, top new applicants, find agency job, referrer. We must show this to the client that Workday provides this opportunity to see the data quickly. How can we configure if you want to add something? Only this dashboard, recruiting. We have one task, maintain dashboard, maintain dashboard. If I for recruitment, we have recruiting, campaign analytics, landing page, recruiting talent search. I'll just click on this. There's a dashboard within a dashboard. That's why I can edit. Or it's a Workday delivered. I can also edit it. Like we have homepage. Right. Our homepage. We can see the announcements at the top. Like maybe the CEO has given this message to us. Or the new hire person has been welcomed by the CEO. Such kind of announcements. Otherwise, we majorly work on the content section. We include the worklet. These are the applications which navigate us to certain other pages. And menus include the reports and the tasks. We can see the tasks, custom reports added. And here, we generally attach like the dashboards. I thought in worklet, you attach the reports. We can also attach, reports here as well. But majorly, you can attach see bulletin or campaign worklets. There are certain attached to a campaign. For example, we have learning campaigns. There's annual compliance training, which we get every year. We have training details attached. That's a type of campaign. We have recruiting campaign. Maybe there are certain openings. There's some change in recruiting process or some kind of announcement has to be made. That is done through campaigns. Then we have bulletin. Work. I'm not going to it, but you can explore it because it is very vast. As I think we'll talk about it in detail. I'll take that later. Just remember, we have worklets. And new worklets include applications which navigate to certain other screen, whereas new can include like the bar graphs and the opportunity graphs. Such kind of we can see directly on using these reports. And task is like simply how you search in Workday. And it asks the required for group, like who will be able to see and what would be the size of the section. Job Requisition. I'll try this. Then we have job application stage order like if we want to change the we can change it. This is what about now. Let me question at the offer at our first stage is mostly the negotiation about the compensation and does any internal compensation. CEO has to approve it. Or they can skip the process and only the recruiter for hiring manager negotiate and later when it's time for hiring and then compensation leader has to come and approve. Generally CEO doesn't get involved. The recruiter or the hiring manager or the her partner who is responsible for the offer generation, they give the final approval. If I show you the offer BP and notice you go like Center of Excellence, the role for one of the compensation leader. She asked me that she is getting some offer, some tasks from offer business process. She doesn't want those. A step brought toward her and she asked me to remove that stuff. I wasn't able to remove it. But I told there's a lot of us involved. It's not mandatory, right? They at this stage, they have to be involved. It is not man. CEO should not be involved in like for the negotiation of analysts. Do you think? No, you should not be involved. Only the her partner, recruiter and hiring manager, that's it who know the budget and the bandwidth for that level. They should only be responsible. If let's suppose there's some additional requirement, like maybe the candidate wants that I need certification as well. I need proof for that. Then maybe a step could be redirected to the top level people that this person is asking this as well. Or if let's suppose this person is outstanding and if we want to give him outside the bracket, then maybe it depends upon the condition rule as well. We can add a condition rule that a review of a document and redirect it to the higher people authority. Well, we can always change. Edit the business process. Depend on your need. Definitely. We over here at the end, we have make offer decision. No, we also have one step of review of a document and it goes to employee self. Fine, this is the offer. It has action steps. Then you can see the review step, generate document. It has the name of a letter and it is going to her, partner and recruiter, then review document, then it is going to candidate as well as recruiter. It has condition that POG is not italics or if POG is this, then it will go to these people and we can also redirect it like we can send back and it will go to recruiter. You can send back and it will go to recruiter. And then he will again generate the document again, and it will happen like that. Generate document is another business process or just a task. We can generate and then configure document. It's a standalone process. It's not a sub-process. We have to configure over here, like we have configured questionnaire as well. You can do it for your practice if you have time. You can trigger this BP if you want to. I know it's a very advanced stage. If you want to, we can do it. We'll see that. This is the overflow. Quickly, let me explain. I think you might remember it as well. It starts with creation of job break. On clicking the submit button, it will lead to triggering of job requisition BP. We have to make sure the BPs are configured first in order to do the end-to-end testing. The requisition BP will definitely involve the step of posting, which again is sub-process, and the posting should occur internally or externally. Then after posting it, URL will be generated, and the people can use that URL and post it on their Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever. That a job opening has been there, please apply it or whatever for advertisement purpose. Then candidate will apply using that URL on external or internal career site. We can also post the internal site URL as well, and the job application BP will get triggered. We have to make sure job application BP has been configured first and all its substages, and all the substages should have their end step as decision making step that the candidate could be moved forward or he could be declined. And for if you are declining, we should have proper disposition reasons. And there are certain other extra features also, which we will discuss. And that's it about the overall exactly. Over here, this review document step additional information. It is coming by default. And if I click on configure document, see effective and e-sign integration type. For e-sign, we will again have to do the integration, and here we define the document which has to be reviewed instructions and what would be the signature option, what would be the signature statement, and if there's any attachment option. We would like to give the candidate or the recruiter that they can attach their own documents, that we have to generate the document, and then we can select it here. It automatically. Definitely generate document should be present, right? It's a task. It's how it looks like. If I click here, let me show you the offer letter as well. This has been generated and it has a rule. Entry conditions. And if I click on this, and default document would be this, and I could create it as well, like it could be drive documents. It could be by category active documents. This is the standard offer letter which is there in the system. It has text blocks. Text blocks. Like let's suppose we want this part to be visible to only this management level person or body to be visible to these people only. We can have rules for our text block. If I click on the post, this text block, it has this content. We are pleased to offer. Configuration is like very big, a lot of time is needed. This is the dynamic fields, how we include dynamic fields in our emails or notification or message templates. This is how it looks like. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.